Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. Church Militant's stated public official mission is to be used to save souls. This is, in the end, all that matters. To that end, no matter what we cover and how we cover it, that single mission remains in the forefront. Whether it's corruption in the church, wherever it exists, which prevents people from seeing the glory of the faith, or the arena of culture and politics, which has the same effect, trapping people in sin, Church Militant does everything we can to strip and rip all of this away so that truth will prevail. In our travels over the many years we've been doing this, we've been blessed to make many wonderful friendships with like-minded kindred souls. One of those was a giant of a man, Father Pablo Straub, God rest his soul. We miss him very much. He used to tell us, Michael, you must bring Christ to the internet. That was almost 15 years ago. Man, does time fly. So that is precisely what we set out to do. Father Pablo dedicated his life to preaching and converting souls through his deep, deep love of our blessed Lord and scriptural truths taught by the Catholic Church. One of those truths revealed in Scripture is what the final end, draped in justice, will be like.
Death, judgment, heaven, and hell, which means you're going to die. Huh? I'm going to die. With that death comes judgment by God, not by a state Supreme Court, not by United Nations, by God. And with that judgment comes either heaven or hell. Death, judgment, heaven, hell. Sometimes they're called the last things. They are the four ultimate realities.
What has so many followers of Christ upset and outraged today is the lack of justice that seemingly permeates the entire culture and church. But the counsel from Father Pablo is, remain faithful. God will do what he has promised.
In the case of a man who has atoned for his sins and at the moment of death does truly love God, Jesus in his loving goodness has already told us what he's going to say to that man or to that woman. You good and faithful servant, enter into the joy of your Lord. He's not even going to say, here, I'm going to give you a whole lot of joy. Enter into the very happiness of God. You good and faithful servant, because you were faithful, enter into the joy of your Lord and God. That's the judgment.
When you weigh the evil in the world, which always seems overwhelming, the holy priest likewise says, do not worry about justice. God, after all, is outside of time, and when time ends for each man, justice will be done and it will await. God is not mocked forever.
If an evil man dies, Jesus is so good and so merciful that he has already told us what he's going to say to that evil man when he dies. You wicked and faithless servant, you go to the darkness outside where there will be the weeping and the gnashing of teeth.
This is just a small sample of the wisdom of the church you'll find here on Church Militant as a premium member. The world is in its current condition because of the lack of conviction of Catholics, as well as the ignorance of men of goodwill who've never encountered the fullness of Christ in his Catholic Church. So please sign up today and become a premium member here at Church Militant. The justified anger, channel that anger that you have at the current political and cultural scene in shoring up your spirituality and your theological knowledge. Church Militant Premium is only $10 a month, and it not only goes to the premium work we do, but it also helps defray the cost of every other program that you get for free, like this Vortex episode, for example. Vortex and other things here at Church Militant are free to you, but they aren't free to us to produce. All this week, we'll be spotlighting just a small sampling of premium programs we have, thousands of episodes on every topic imaginable, in the hopes that you will sign up and watch them. And if you are a premium member, then take this as a gentle reminder to view them anew. There's a great cultural war raging, and at its heart is a spiritual conflict, the war for souls launched in Eden and existing in every single man's heart. No man can win that war without being grounded in truth as a first priority. So please sign up today and help us help you while you help us to evangelize the world. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.